Hello and welcome to the State of the Fleet Industry, a weekly video series produced by Automotive Fleet magazine. I'm Mike Antich, editor of Automotive Fleet, and today I will examine what's occurring in the fleet industry for the week of June 1. To start today's presentation, let's look back on both fleet orders and retail sales for the past 60 days. And as we all know, the pandemic has had a devastating impact on spring orders placed by fleets for the 2020 model year, as all OEM assembly plants shut down one after another between the period of March 18th to the closing of the last plant on March 29th. And likewise, retail sales declined sharply in mid-March, but they do appear to have hit bottom in mid-April. And we say this because every week since then, there's been a gradual strengthening in new vehicle retail orders. So as of today, retail sales are down 33% compared to same time last year. But more importantly, sales for the month of May 2020 are 49% higher than the preceding month of April. So while things are still bad, they do appear to be improving. An important bellwether also occurred in the month of May, and this was the announcement that assembly plants around the U.S. will gradually restart production. And the last of the closed assembly plants is now scheduled to recommence production the second week of June. During this gradual ramp-up period, there have been sporadic part shortages, but these production constraints and supply chain issues are being resolved one by one. And this is a great testament to the manufacturing expertise of the auto industry, its OEMs and suppliers, when you consider the magnitude of temporarily shutting down an entire industry and then turning around and restarting this entire industry. But nonetheless, it's coming together, and there are some positive indicators. Starting today, General Motors announced that it's increasing the production of its full-size and mid-size pickups to 3 shifts at 3 assembly plants. And likewise, since May 18th, Ford has been operating 2 production shifts at its F-150 plants in Dearborn and Kansas City. This is great news for commercial fleets, since we as a group are one of the largest buying segments of full-size and mid-size pickups. As we enter the summer months, the 2020 model year will be winding down, and the order banks will soon open for 2021 models. And the question is, what will be the impact of the pandemic on next model year orders by commercial fleets? So to find out, Automotive Fleet conducted a survey just last week of a wide cross-section of commercial fleets and key public sector fleets to get a better understanding of their buying inclinations for model year 2021. And here's what they told us. So if you look at fleet sales in the aggregate, and by aggregate I mean combining daily rental, government, and commercial fleet sales together, unfortunately, total fleet sales will be down, or forecast to be down, for the 2021 model year. And if we look at 2 of the key segments, car rental and government fleets, both of these are forecast to decrease their new vehicle ordering for the 2021 model year. Examining car rental separately, for all intents and purposes, car rental demand collapsed due to the economic shutdown and the dramatic decrease in airline travel. And this was evidenced on May 22nd when Hertz Global Holdings filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. And 1 week later, on May 29th, Advantage Rent-A-Car filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. Advantage is now the 4th largest rental company in the U.S. after all of the consolidation that occurred within the car rental industry in recent years. And likewise, when you look at the government sector, public sector fleet orders for the 2021 model year are also anticipated to decline. The economic shutdown of the past 2 months has created a dramatic decline in tax revenues, which in turn is creating severe budgetary shortfalls for all governmental entities. And the forecast is that government fleets will acquire fewer vehicles due to these budget shortfalls, which are expected to extend beyond the 2021 model year. Some government fleet managers foresee these budget constraints continuing and a decreased order volume continuing for the next 2 model years. However, there is a silver lining to the fleet ordering of 2021. Based on Automotive Fleet's survey of commercial fleet buying intentions, it appears that commercial fleet orders should remain at pre-COVID levels and may possibly be even higher. And here's why we believe this will be the case. Well, admittedly, there are a number of commercial fleets that will be ordering fewer vehicles in model year 2021. The overwhelming majority of surveyed commercial fleets stated that there will be no change to their ordering volume and it'll be at pre-pandemic levels. These surveyed companies have said that they're going to continue with their planned replacement schedules. In fact, there's a significant group of companies that actually anticipate the number of vehicles they acquire in 2021 model year may be even greater than planned, because these will include units that were part of their spring 2020 orders that were never built. There is a smaller percentage of surveyed commercial fleets that have decided to take a wait-and-see approach before committing to any 2021 ordering volumes. And this includes several sizable fleets who have indicated that they will not make any firm decision on new vehicle ordering until the end of this calendar year. The reason is that the management at these companies want to see how the overall economy will recover before making any commitments to acquire replacement assets. They believe that the true financial impact of the pandemic has yet to be determined. And many of these companies are also service companies and are currently in a holding pattern waiting for their customers to return back to work for them to service them. And some of these companies operate large sales fleets, and there continues to be uncertainty as to how receptive customers will be to face-to-face meetings, at least for the short term. And in addition, there are other segments of the commercial fleet industry that are experiencing contractions in their business, the obvious examples being the oil and gas industry, airline, and hospitality industries. And as a result, many of these companies are conducting ongoing utilization studies to identify underutilized fleet units in order to right-size their fleets. While uncertainty continues to exist within the fleet industry, there still continues to be many positive indicators. First, fuel prices are low, interest rates are extremely low, and there is a tremendous amount of stimulus money that's flowing through the economy, both through OEM retail incentives and government stimulus monies. Well, until next week, this concludes my State of the Industry presentation for the week of June 1, and I'd like to thank you for watching.